Hey everyone, it's Deb here, and I just had to share with you guys this. I think it's an NSV. I really think it's a one of those non-scale victories that kind of catch you off guard, and it's kind of multi-leveled. The big thing that I notice is, okay, so I went today to my daughter's second grade class, and they had Muffins for Mom today, where they had like little plays that they put on, and they gave us flowers, and they, little flowers that they made, and a book that they made about how, about moms, and, very sweet. And we were all sitting to begin with kind of in chairs, in our little bitty kid chairs. These are little kid chairs. And we're all kind of packed in a couple of rows so that the kids could do their thing up front. And I realized that I'm sitting between two women and I feel small. I'm sitting between two women and I feel small. And these women are not women I would look at and go, oh my God, they're huge. They're a little overweight, I suppose, but I felt like the thin mom. Not only did I not feel like the fat mom, I felt like the thinner mom. And that, I have never felt that. I know in theory I'm not the fat mom anymore, because I know looking around me, if I look at people, they're probably heavier than me. I look like I fit in with them. But, I think most of the women I hang out with that are other moms are gymnastics moms. And it seems like gymnastics moms are all fit, thin, or small, petite people. So, I don't feel, I still feel like a bigger person around a lot of these people, even though maybe I'm not. So it's like my head's not in the same place. I haven't quite found that spot yet. And maybe I'm not sitting close enough to people to really pick up on it like I was today, where we're just like packed next to each other and you realize that you're taking up a whole lot less space than the people on either side of you are. And it's just a bizarre feeling. And it's a good feeling, but it's something I don't think I've ever felt before. And it's kind of flustering me, making me a little bit anxious about, and more self-conscious. And hopefully I don't come across as awkward as I'm feeling. And then as I'm coming out of the school, I, passed another mom that I hadn't seen in a long time, who I consider a very attractive, together kind of looking person who's always been that way. And she makes a huge double take, like she didn't even recognize me. And then she's like, oh my gosh, you look so different, because I haven't seen her in a while. And I had a mom the other day when I was at a book fair, who is a mom that I spent years hanging out with at the gym and in meets and stuff with my older daughter, and she comes up, and she's one of these like real expressive, dramatic, everybody's mom. Everybody loves her, and I've always loved her. But she comes up to me and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're so skinny. You have to be done. Aren't you done?" And then she's like, "You need to stop the madness." And she was so dramatic about it. And I know coming from her, it was all in fun and support, and I didn't take offense to it at all. But it was awkward. It was awkward. Like I said, I hope I'm not coming across as awkward as I feel. I just keep saying, thank you. Yeah, I've been working on it. I don't know if I'm there yet. I don't know. I think I got a few more to go. There's, hiding it in a few spots still. And then it's just something that I haven't felt before, and this past week it seems to have amplified, where every day, at least once every day, somebody is throwing their head around with a double take. I don't know if I'm just around more people all of a sudden because it's the end of the school year, that people are seeing me that haven't seen me in a while. I know people that I groom their dogs only see me every 6-8 weeks. So, that I get, and I think when I cut my hair, and I actually got a smaller size smock, so it's more obvious to people when they walk in with their dogs and they just can't stand it. Like 3 of my clients yesterday, had this shocked look on their face, and it's awkward. I don't know what to do with it. I just keep saying, oh, thank you, I feel great, I'm doing great, and they're all happy, and it's a good thing. So I had to come on here just because I figure this is the place where you guys are going to get it. Even if you haven't been there yet, because you haven't lost the weight yet, you're going to get the feeling that you had as the fat mom. Or maybe you don't have kids, and it's the fat sister, or the fat cousin, or the fat kid in the family. We had a discussion about being the fat kid. And, you know, it's suddenly when it really dawns on you. It's not just in theory, okay, well, now I'm this size, so I can't, so I'm technically not. But then when you feel it, and then when people corner you and you realize they mean it. They're like, oh, you have to keep that hairdo, you look awesome, you look blah, blah, blah. And I've had, you know, several people now telling me, oh, you don't need to lose any more weight. And I know I do. I know I'm not where I want to be. But, and it's all done in a compliment. So, anyways, this is just stuff that catches you off guard, and you know it's coming. You know it's coming because you cannot lose 75 pounds and not look dramatically different. I'm sure I walk different. I know my body is being carried different because my back is suddenly noticing that, you know, maybe my spine is straighter now. I was talking to somebody about spine, like, you know, spine shifts that your body makes as it loses the weight, and how your body has to adjust. But here nor there, it's just bizarre, and I just wanted to share it with you to see if you guys had any thoughts about it or any experiences. I don't know, share your stories, because these are interesting stories, and they can be really motivating for people that haven't gotten there yet. Things that they have to look forward to. But at the same time, brace yourself, because it's a bizarre thing. It's a bizarre feeling, especially when I have never been the thin mom. I have always been the fat mom, because I was maybe this size when my son was first born, like almost 21 years ago. But when my kids were little bitty, I really didn't interact with a whole lot of parents. You know, you ran into somebody at the playground, or you know, I didn't interact with a whole lot of other moms. I was actually fairly isolated. When my kids started going to school and they have activities and I'm interacting, I always felt, at that point I had gained more weight, and I always felt like the fat mom. And it always hung over my head, and I feel bad for my two older kids, because I feel like, I hope they didn't miss out. I hope I was available enough to them that they got what they needed. I mean, they're doing great, so I have to figure if they're doing great, then I must have done something right. But it's just an interesting thing that I knew was going to happen, and I haven't run into anybody that's made me uncomfortable, put it that way. Awkward, anxious, you know, those kind of things come to mind. Not uncomfortable negative-wise, almost. The encounter at the book fair with the gal that sort of cornered me and told me to stop the madness, that was borderline uncomfortable, because I didn't know what to do with that kind of attention. So, had to share that with you guys. Figured you knew where I was coming from. So, talk to you later. Bye.